we go to the continent, we are expecting it to be a certain way. It's kind of like we're expecting it to be the long lost mama and, oh, we found each other and we're going to be together forever and kumbaya. And it may not be like that. When you step off that plane, it might not be people playing drums and putting flowers around you, and it may not be that. So, you know, it depends on how you set that up before you get there. I am Karen Peters, and I teach at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. I was in graduate school at Florida A&M back in 1998, and we had an internship, and this internship allowed us to go to several places. We could pick one. So I chose Cameroon. I went to Cameroon in 1998, and I wasn't in love at all. I didn't like several things. I just wasn't used to certain things that were there. And I ended up going back again to Tanzania during the middle of COVID. In the middle of COVID, I went in the fall of 2020. And then, well, before that, my husband and my oldest son went to Ghana in 2016. And so all of these trips, there really were not exactly planned trips. These were trips that kind of divinely fell, you know, into our family. And so I think it was I'm gonna say the fall of 2018 when I started watching videos on YouTube. I don't remember how I started watching. I think I started watching Wodamai first. And then I started watching some other families. And then in 2020, the fall of 2020, I started watching Leslie Jones. And oh my goodness, I was right. Was it 21? It might have been 21.
21, yeah, 2021.
So, okay, so I'm watching videos all the way up. And then in 21, after I got back from Tanzania, I started watching your channel. And I was just so proud of you for taking those leaps.
I love this story. So you went to the continent a couple times before Ghana. So, well, still haven't been to Ghana. Cameroon was first. Tanzania was second. And then your husband and son went to Ghana.
Yes. So my husband and my oldest son went to Ghana, and they stayed in, I want to say the Volta region. But when they came back to the States, my husband said, we should do something in Ghana. We should be over there. And I thought, I don't know, how we going to work? What we going to do over there? So I was the one who was very skeptical, you know, at that time. But then as time went on, a couple of years passed, I just started actually realizing that there's a lot going on in the United States, particularly with us in the psychological realm, in the mental realm. You know, this is how I feel. We are in an abusive relationship with America. And we're going to go nowhere. We're just going to stay in this relationship and just keep being abused. This is my own opinion. These are my thoughts. Not everybody feels the same way. But as I get older, I just see it more and more and more. So I'm thinking, well, maybe the legacy that I leave for my children should be that, okay, you've grown up here. You know what this is. But go and see how other people do it. Go back to where your folks are from and feel how they live, not just see it. Just go and feel how other people live. Feel how it is to walk down the street and not wonder, is somebody going to pull me over and is somebody going to shoot? Go see how it feels to, you know, just not carry that. There's a certain weight. And I don't know if everybody feels it, but I'm 55 and I feel it now. It's heavy. And I'm going, okay, well, the times that I was on the continent, I noticed that I didn't feel the weight. I didn't feel that weight.
Even in Cameroon, or this is just recently?
Even in Cameroon, and I wasn't ready for Cameroon. We have like we have a psychological, there's a thing that we have to kind of mitigate. Us, Black people from America, we have to mitigate when we get to the continent because we're not. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Emotional intelligence.
Yes.
That's where this whole new angle of my channel is coming from. It is the emotional, educational, and cultural that's what we were missing to connect us. By my first trip, I was shocked. I was totally shocked and overwhelmed because I wasn't EQ ready. I wasn't emotionally and mentally ready. There's no way at all, right?
Indeed.
I would say I didn't even get comfortable until I would say my third trip because we're programmed already in the States.
Yes.
Certain conveniences, certain expectations. And then when I didn't have none of that, I said, ooh, So I had to grow into it, just like you're saying.
Indeed. And that is it certainly is emotional, and it's a spiritual pull and push away. So when we go to the continent, we are expecting it to be a certain way. It's kind of like we're expecting it to be the long lost mama and, oh, we found each other and we're going to be together forever and kumbaya. And it may not be like that. When you step off that plane, it might not be people playing drums and putting flowers around you, and it may not be that. So, it depends on how you set that up before you get there. So when I got to Cameroon, for example, I noticed how beautiful the land was, but there was a lot of trash just piled up in the middle of the street, just potato chip bags and plastic bags and diapers and just stuff that's not biodegradable. So what I thought was, wow, nobody cares about the trash. Ain't nobody gonna do anything about all this trash. But what it is American trash or European trash, it's not biodegradable. If I am in Cameroon and I've been drinking from coconuts, or I've been eating from, eating with banana leaves, because sisters cooked food for us in banana leaves, for example. I'm used to throwing that banana leaf on the ground and it biodegrades. I'm used to throwing that coconut shell on the ground, it biodegrades. But now when Americans introduce these potato chip bags and these candy wrappers and these Coca-Cola bottles, they're not thinking that this stuff doesn't go back into the earth. It's just trash. It's going to sit there. You know what I mean? So they might not be thinking, well, we need to do something about the trash that's here. Or how about we stop people from sending trash that doesn't biodegrade? But how you gonna stop Coca-Cola from sending Coca-Cola bottles? How you gonna stop plastic water bottles? But anyway, what I'm saying is, there were some things that I wasn't prepared for. I wasn't used to. Even the power being turned off, for example. I see it now as that's just Spirit's way of saying, take a break from the electric stuff. Take you a break and go on and receive. This power is off.
Ooh.
Go on, get in the bed. Go on, put them candles on. Whatever you got to do. You know what I mean? That is Spirit's way of saying you don't need to be in front of electricity, artificial electric, all the doggone time. Black people, you are electric. You are melting. Tap into your electric. So we're going to shut this electric down for a couple. You know what I mean? That's how
I love it. I love that because I had to live according to the sun in that coconut hut.
Indeed.
Period. That's it. Because I was like, I want to experience what the ancestors did as close as possible. I still have my Wi-Fi. Okay. But I wanted to experience life the way the ancestors did. Indeed. And they lived according to the sun.
Indeed. And that's a beautiful thing. We are not used to it. I'm not going to sit up here and lie like, oh, I can rough it. You I'm telling you, made me so proud when you did that coconut hut. Now, when I went to Cameroon, we stayed in the bush. We didn't have a bathroom, and we didn't have a what do you call it? We didn't have a kitchen. We didn't have running water. So we had to do some coconut hut type things. You know what I mean? But we did have a structure. We didn't have, it wasn't just, it was concrete. It was a concrete structure that we stayed in. But I received so happily that you went and did that and stayed on the beach and, you know, was able to absorb all of that ancestral knowledge and tree knowledge that you get from really just living by the sun, for example, living by the earth, living by the natural world.
Black Wolf, he says, unplug from the matrix.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what you're talking about. But Truth Serum, he says, for me, inconsistent electricity is insane. And that's what I'm saying. Everyone has their thing.
Yes.
You know, everyone, for me, I learned the hard way. I didn't know about Doom Soar, right? So the people that are new and haven't visited Ghana yet or haven't visited the motherland, these are little things that prepares you so your trip can be worth it and you won't be shocked.
Indeed.
Right? Because imagine if you haven't been to Ghana or Cameroon and you don't know about Doom Soar, you're going to go to Ghana and be mad and then come back to the States saying all this bad stuff. When if you just had a little bit more investigation, right, you would have found out, oh, this is a regular thing.
Indeed. And that's why your channel, your videos are so important. That's why we stay tuned. That's why we watch them, because we need that information. We don't want to get to the continent and just see all of the majesty and all the, you know, what we think are just the most fantastic things, you know, and not any of the real. These things actually do happen. You know, there's going to be an adjustment period. There's going to be a letting go, especially if you're going and staying for a period of time or even staying forever. There's going to be a letting go of your colonized program, because that's what it is largely. It's that program that tells us that we are entitled to have electric all the time, or you're entitled to have hot water all the time, or you're entitled to have whatever it is, American food on the continent. You know, we want to have our Snickers and our whatever, you know, stuffs that we think is a comfort to us here. So yeah, there's going to be a letting go of many different things, and those are just superficial things. But there's also going to be a gathering of stuff that you may not have realized you could have or do on the continent. I'll give you a super short example. And I was walking on the beach in Dar es Salaam. I stayed in Kigamboni, so that's kind of off the side of Dar es Salaam. And I was walking on the beach by myself. I went by myself. And I was thinking about the jumbo. Have you ever seen those jumbo cowrie shells? They're like 4 or 5. They're huge cowrie shells. And I was just thinking about it. And I stepped, and there was a jumbo cowrie shell under my foot. So it was kind of like what I was thinking was actually coming to reality as I was thinking it. You know what I mean? So anyway, there's a magic to me. There's a magic, there's a divine magic about the continent that I love and have loved each time that I've gone, even if I was disappointed with other things.
Join our free newsletter for land updates, group trips, and international real estate connections. Link in the description box. Now available, ebooks and e-workbooks to mentally and emotionally prepare you to visit, repatriate, or buy land in the motherland. And the authentic handmade kente cloth I got from Kumasi, Ghana is now a home decor line made by yours truly. Get a piece of the motherland until you can visit yourself. Click the link in the description box to visit my store.